Alright, hello everyone. Just getting things set here in the background. But in the meantime, how are you all doing? How are your Sundays going thus far? That's right. You down. That down. And... Civ 7. That and bring. What's that? Aha! And then also fix the visual effect of the camera, and then we should be good. Do I have moderation privileges? How do I get rid of you? Not used to handling things through the dashboard. There we are. Good. Oops, let's just close that. And camera. I have not yet done the camera. So I have not flipped over to the main screen. Confusing as I have two of them. Focus. Here we are. And I can immediately see, actually, that Cahokia here needs to get some repairs done. So let's get that going. There we are. Done. Okay, so, hello. My name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Civilization VII, where we are playing as Amina of Prussia. We are in the modern age, 54 turns in, and 27% of the way through the age, towards the end, I guess. I don't actually know what happens at the end. 1813. And we're starting to research tanks. I think we're a little bit ahead of the line at the moment. We have a narrative choice. As the train pulls into the station, a novelist puts a final flourish on his signature. He tucks the letter into the envelope and sighs. How many letters penned to his rival, the playwright, yet never any response? How long will it take, he wonders. So the mail is a site for free expression. We gain culture on the railway stations, we gain happiness on the railway stations. Considering our culture problems are, I would say, more severe than our happiness ones right now, let's go and get that extra culture on railway stations. Although we can also get museums and opera houses, which would help with that situation. Hitichi, you do have a happiness problem, so let's see if we can resolve that for you. Yeah, plus 10 there. You're saying that we have more resources. Why have all the factories reset themselves? That's not ideal. I think I may have forgotten to save at the end of yesterday's stream, so we have to do this turn again. Fine. So Cahokia. What did we have in Cahokia and Hitichi? And also there was one other place where we did purchase a railway, because we actually have a whole ton of money at the moment. So remind me what these do again. I'm pretty sure that Cahokia was doing the Kaolin for the extra culture production. Can we actually pick and mix these? They have to be the same resource. Then Hitichi, I think, can give the elephant away. Well, actually, Kusa is even more unhappy, so let's go and spread that around a little bit. What do you produce a lot of? You're actually pretty good at science. You're very good at production. Buildings and wonders in Hitichi. Well, we could do that. We could make you into the wonder builder. And then I think what we want to try to do is get Guiyang to finish construction of things. Is there a way of rushing this? It doesn't look like it. They've removed rushing as well. Okay. That's a lot of extra food. But it does lose you a lot of happiness too. You really need to get your happiness under control. I think the department store would be the next thing for you, but that is not what I'm looking at right now. I want to make sure that we have railways and factories everywhere that can have them. Railways in particular. Like in Nanchang. There. Actually, that was probably a bad spot. It's next to a resource. Okay, I think factories can only be built in cities. Yeah, it looks that way. Okay, good to know. You need a railway. Let's put that right there. And that's all of our money gone. So we can't spend any more, then we may as well to the end time. No actual damage done, that's fine. Did Russia manage to sneak a city in here? They did. Huh. And they got a bunch of coal for their difficulty as well. So if we went to war with Russia, we could take Tavor, then we actually have a port on this ocean, which would allow me to reach over this way. Interesting. That may be something we wish to pursue. Marrakesh have given me 1,000 gold. It's very nice of them. Meanwhile, Mobilian has finished something, probably the railway, so let's get the factory going. That is a 16 production here. But that's replacing both, either the university or the laboratory. That seems like a bad trade. And this is replacing the armourer. That seems like a better one. Harriet Tubman's become fascist. Okay. We're 2 turns away from getting an ideology choice for ourselves. Meanwhile, Kusa can expand. We are very much in the age of expanding our specialists in our cities. I think that's going to be no less true here. And you have finished building the railway, so we're onto the factory now. This would replace the box. I'm okay with that. Another eruption, no damage done.
The one who adapts his policy to his times prospers.
Alright, political theory. So we can get free speech, which is 100 food and happiness towards maintaining specialists, which would be really good because they are costing me quite a lot right now. Free social policy slot, which is great. We unlock ideology trees and we get the Doi Suthep. +4 influence, +5 culture, and gold for every city-state I'm a suzerain of. That's quite a few city-states, so that's actually not a bad idea. And with that free slot now, let's go ahead and put free speech in there. Which I'm hoping will fix a lot of our happiness issues. Yeah, it did. because we have plus 50% cost and then minus 100% cost. We do need to take a look at the different ideologies. So, democracy. Fireside chats, that's what Roosevelt did. Plus 4 happiness from specialists, minus 3 gold in towns. Plus 4 happiness and specialists is freaking amazing, as is the culture. You get 4 infantry units, a cultural attribute and a diplomatic attribute. Free press, towns gain culture equal to your cultural attribute, minus 5 science in cities. I don't like that one so much. Towns gain happiness equal to your diplomatic attribute. Not that good. Progressivism, plus 2 culture and happiness on displayed great works. We don't have any of those. Plus 30% production towards construction wonders. That's good. 25 production towards air units. That's also very good. And also more combat strength for air units in our own territory. Fascism is plus 3 production from specialists, minus 3 food in towns. Plus 6 gold, minus 3 happiness. You get cavalry units and then economic and military. Towns gain production equal to the militaristic attribute. Towns don't do any production. I don't know why they add production to towns. Like, this is so pointless. I think they may have changed the way the towns work, like right at the end of development or something. Towns gain gold equal to the economic attribute, lose culture in cities. Military-industrial complex. The fact that that's the fascist part kind of makes me chuckle a little. Plus 50% production towards training all the military, but plus 1 gold maintenance. I mean, we could afford that. 20% production towards building buildings and improvements in cities with the rail station. That's also really nice. Plus 5 combat strength for all units from attacking, extra yield, and hit points from pillaging. We got communism. Productive forces, plus 3 science from specialists, minus 3 gold, plus 6 food, minus 3 happiness. Towns generally are really happy. We gain ranged units, we get expansionist and scientific. Collectivization, towns gain food equal to expansionist attribute. Towns gain science equal to the scientific attribute. Oh, but we lose happiness and culture in cities. That's not a great combo. Combat strength for all landed units in your own territory, plus 8 happiness in cities while at war. And then production towards completing projects. I'm definitely leaning towards democracy here. Happiness and culture on specialists in exchange for gold and production sounds ideal. Which is effectively minus 6 gold per town. We have a lot of specialists now. I'm going democracy. Democracy has arrived! Are we winning? Yeah, I'd say we are. Great works, like pyramids and such, they were present in the early stages of the game, but I haven't heard you mention anything similar in this age. Aren't there any? Great works are actually things like... They're actually called great works in this age, but I think they're artifacts that your explorers can dig up. I think you mean great wonders, in which case, yes, wonders do still exist. I just haven't really bothered with them, because they seem really underwhelming. The only one that I was tempted by was the Doisithep. And actually, we just got a town. Which one was it? That is really good at building wonders now. It's Hitichi. So I might actually stick one of those in Hitichi. What are you building right now? Department store. Build a wonder instead. I don't like any of those locations. I guess this one's going to be the best because it's surrounded by urban districts which tend to benefit from wonders. But it is going to slow down our production, unfortunately. Okay, so Hichichi's got 75... No, 71. Why is that gone down? It should have gone up with the wonder. I must have other bonuses to town production. And then Hitichi has another specialist, which we'll put in here, because we're actually gaining production from that as well. That works for me. You have so much money you can probably buy one. I don't think you can. No, wonders you can't purchase. There is a special... I think it's the Mughals, apparently, who get a civic where they can start purchasing wonders, but we are not the Mughals, we're Prussia. Oh, the wharf is damaged. Let's get that repaired. Confucius is making 1,000 science and 700 culture. Ow! I thought it was because he was doubling down on specialists, but so am I. Like, the two of us are just running away with this game, but I have 4 cities more than he does. It's the 700 culture, I'm like, huh? The fact he can do both. How big are your cities? 31, 36, 33, 14, 32. They're not that big. 37, 29, 41, 42, 39, 31. My cities are bigger, and I have more of them. 8 food. Oof. Take it. Social policy available. We have another slot apparently. Gold and happiness forever. We're not importing anything. Happiness and mountains. We don't really do much with mountains. We do have a lot of building adjacencies. Hang on, we had 2 slots? Yeah, we did. I guess we're doing more overbuilding now. But I would also really like to start my mercantile going. So let's do this, and we're going to start purchasing merchants. Oh, they're really cheap. The cost is different in every city. But the land, the unit... Oh, it's because everyone I build get another one. The cost goes up. I see the problem. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. And I have so much influence that I can increase my spend. We are only going farming towns because the others seem pointless. And we can't move the merchants until next turn. Begun research on democracy and now a permanent member of that ideology. Your relationship with other leaders will increase if they follow it and decrease if they follow it different. So just the fact of starting research on democracy has actually locked me in. So no, I am not actually behind the others in terms of culture. We can grow a city. What specialists shall we place today? You seem like a good choice. Production in Cahokia. You have been damaged again. And now I think it's probably time for us to place the city park, although your happiness is incredibly high. So probably are not actually necessary. Let's instead go for the military academy. And up in Creek, you need to repair blah 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 the laboratory, and then build a department store. 12 happiness. Here. There's an open spot, so sounds good to me. Resource assignments are available. Good, because we're about to get a bunch more of them. Units. Alright, so the best trade route right now: Chichen Itza, St. Petersburg, Chang'an, Cusco. So yeah, there's a bunch of them. But Chichen Itza is number 1. And it does look like we're going to need more trade routes with... Who's that? Pakakuchi. I'm going to accept this. Yes. Good. So the number one trade route was Chichen Itza, then St. Petersburg. Where is St. Petersburg? It's probably over on the other side. Can we even see St. Petersburg? Yes, we can. Oh, it's... I keep thinking that Catherine is Russia, but Catherine is not Russia. Texame is. So we almost certainly have a merchant that is really close to here. We do. You are closer. Let's move you there. So that's St. Petersburg sorted. Next we have Chichen Itza. Who's close to Chichen Itza? That's over here somewhere. What's that? You're right next door. Should we reach this too? No, not quite. After that we have got Chang'an. Should have put more of the merchants over on this side. Chang'an is over there. We have a merchant. I think here. Cusco. Zoria can be used for that one. And then we got Koba. Where's Koba? Koba's there. Hatichi, right next door. Then after Koba, we have got Tokyo. That's a sea route, so you probably are best positioned for this one. Where is it? And after Tokyo, we've got Haran. That is going to be the second Confucius trade route. And Haran is... Oh, so there. In which case, yes, you probably are the closest. And then Siragius, which is another Confucian one. Do I have any which are overseas or... Any with people I haven't traded with yet? Yeah, Augustus. Here we go. Bordeaux. I think we're going to need... Oh no, these are down. How many merchants do I have left? Catherine, Devore. That's the one that's over here. Is Ciudad Mexico a 4? Bactria would be a good one, and this is where Texame. Okay, I think that's all of the merchants going out. Wow. That's a tier 3 tank. He's got modern tanks. Actually, so do I.
Bombardment. Barrage. Curtain fire. Mines. Gas. Tanks. Machine guns. Hand grenades. Words. Words. But they hold the horror of the world.
So, we now have a fully modernized army, because apparently that all comes through in just one technology. I am astonished that they have that as well. Considering I've gained like 4 free technologies this age. No, more than that, 5. And I'm second in technology. Just generally after Confucius. I think let's get radio, and then mobilization, then aerodynamics. Or is that Confucius? Oh, that's Confucius. Okay, that kind of makes more sense. Specialists. You are an amazing spot. 2 gold and 5 science. Ching. Huma. Have you built a factory? You have. Excellent. In that case, let's get you the department store. 10 happiness somewhere. That's replacing a temple or a kiln. I'm not that happy with that. Let's go for one of the 9s. We don't have any extra resources yet. We have one more factory that we need to factor in. So Huma could be our land unit producing city. We just need to remember that it does that. And you can trade. Make it happen. Oh, merchants do... Oh, move by rail. Okay. Oh, they have little trucks now. That's cool. Okay, now I want to do some trade because, yeah, we've got a bunch more stuff. So we got silk, which is really good in the capital, and our capital is our culture-producing magnate. So let's drop something that doesn't produce that. You really don't need extra happiness, because you're super happy as it is. 77 culture produced here now. In fact, I could give you even more Kaolin. Production I quite like to keep him doing things. This doesn't seem to be adding anything, it's still 77. Maybe it doesn't calculate yet. Right, so now I have a bunch of resources I can give out. So Mobilian City is... hang on. This is specifically happiness in the capital. Yeah, a lot of these are bonuses to the capital. So maybe I do start dropping the production and give that to other cities. Because I think happiness is a multiple. So Mobilan... Because remember, I get bonuses for my cities having things slotted in. Goyang is my naval production location. So I think I'm going to give you the whales. Hitichi is a production city. So is Huma. just swap this on. And that's just straight up +6 food. That's food in cities with a rail station. Which, frankly, all of my cities should be getting. And then food... Well, actually, food production should go to Missouri, because that is a major food producer already. And then this other one can go to whoever is second. Which is probably Dusseldorf. There we go. Planes are the rulers of the world, so get those if you feel threatened. I have aircraft already, I just haven't built any yet. Next month has a huge update. Where have you had that, Lunas? 2 days away from your 5-year batch. Nice. Did they announce it on their Steam? Nope. Oh, yes, they did.
Huzzah!
Oh, the featured news thing isn't the latest news thing. That's a bit of a whoops. Update 1.1 is on the way. UI improvements, good. A round of fixes for console to bring it in line with PC. Wow, console is even worse than we do. Partnering with the Shawnee tribe to bring text command the Shawnee authenticity. That's just information. How to pick your leader with Quill. That doesn't actually say anything. I don't say it's a huge patch, just says it's a patch. Huge! No pouring fluids near consoles, please. Pouring one out for my console onlys. Ah, that's funny. Okay, so another specialist, which definitely would seem to be here, as you get 4.5 science and 4 culture. Creek haven't had any specialists. Interesting. Oh, 3 gold. Oh no, you're here. That is one of the best specialist tiles, so it kind of makes sense that they're over there. Meanwhile, Guiyang, you are unhappy, so we should probably do something about that. What's important? You also don't have a laboratory yet. I think that the... or the cannery. You know what, I think the cannery is probably more important, because that's just growth. Place the armourer. The trade route. And that was in fact the end of that turn. So we gained a whale, which is the production buff. I don't think any of the cities have expanded their resource inputs, so honestly this could kind of go anywhere. I think let's put this... Valladolid. People like the fact that we're trading with them. City growth, Guiyang this time. I would concur that this looks really nice. Oh, we have another city-state. Excellent. Gold buildings receive 1 extra gold for every city-state, 5% extra gold for every city-state, or extra trade range for every city-state. I think I'm going to go with the branch office.
And was Jerusalem builded here, among these dark satanic mills?
And we got industrialization for free, so mines and woodcutters are more productive, and we gain extra combat strength for infantry. Cool. Now, have we discovered any other... How many explorers do you need in one tile? Good grief. I have a feeling they've bugged out. Yes, Muscat. And Abomi. Abomi looks like it's an encampment, not a city-state. It is. Interesting. Well, for that to be functional, I need to get more influence. Because I need 510, I think, to suzerain. More trade. Excellent. So you can start with Bactria. Works for me. More silk for the capital. The pearls are kind of underwhelming. Only usable in cities and only +3 in a regular city. Guess we could move. No, we will onto the construction, or the production rather. Especially now that we're getting factories, putting this type of stuff in a city just doesn't seem worthwhile. We'll just leave it there languishing. Trade route. Don't mind if I do, earning a grand every turn now. We gained farming. Same problem though. I hope I'm gaining a lot more of these. So +2 combat strength for infantry and air. 80% cheaper recruitment. +6 combat strength for ranged and siege, which is actually +12 against cavalry. Ranged have a bonus against cavalry? Sure. I guess tanks count as cavalry? Which would suggest there's no anti-tank guns. 40% cheaper buildings, +7 light naval combat, and 700% bonus for rail stations. 60% faster wonder construction, +8 heavy naval and cavalry units, which is a +16 against infantry, with any tanks I have. Or hussars, I guess. I wonder how hussars compare to tanks. I am now actually genuinely curious about this. What is the strength difference? Oh, there are 80 tanks. 80 guns. But a modern tank is attack 65. A hussar is attack 60. And they both move the same amount. So yeah, hussars are just useless. Feels like Prussia is in the wrong age. Or at least the... In fact, why are hussars like Prussia? Prussia was not known for its cavalry! Meanwhile, you have arrived in Chang'an? Now, we do have a tobacco. Tobacco is useful. The juicer is really not very happy. So many cities though. I could make more cities, I guess. That's probably what I should do. So do any of my towns have abnormal production? Tucume does, Valencia does. Alabama does. Wow. Alright, Alabama's becoming a city. You have a lot of things to build yourself. Most importantly will be the factory. Okay, so Alabama's going to get all three of these basically because it worked well. We really don't need the happiness. Do any towns require happiness? No. You can get the wine. Congratulations, Takumi, you get the horses. And I do actually have another city slot that I could build up somewhere. Looks like the AI is investing really heavily in the explorers. I should probably buy one of those just to see what they do. Just getting them up in the wrong way. Another merchant. Furs. Happiness in cities with railroads. And there we go. Every single resource is now allocated. And how much was it to start swinging again? 10. Do that next turn. Cool!
We annihilated the world before your very ears. You will be relieved, I hope, to learn that we didn't mean it.
+2 culture and happiness and quarters in this city. These wonders really are really underwhelming. Like, a wonder should be affecting your entire nation, not just that one city, and yet so many of these modern wonders are this city only. Tenement. Food. That's quite a lot of food. See this one, happiness and quarters. That's a regular building. Okay, fair enough. +4 influence, +6 happiness. Yeah, radio station's quite good. But now I can get mobilization. Aircraft carriers, battleships, destroyers, submarines! Cahokia. Still doesn't have a schoolhouse. And yeah, I feel like the radio station is... Well, actually, Cahokia, you are super happy. Happiness for you is fine. So let's get that schoolhouse. Plus 14 down here. We are now finally replacing the observatory. Do we literally have to dig every site? What's this one? Oh, okay, there are a couple of sites around. I see how this is. No, these are too old. I can only do these. Yeah, I'm kind of late to this particular race. So I need the hegemony civic. Now, having multiple explorers, I'm going to assume, increases dig speed. Let's hope it does.
Suffrage is the pivotal right.
Okay, so we just got Fireside Chats, which is happiness from specialists, and culture suffrage. So we probably want to make a few changes here. Gold adjacencies I really don't think are that important anymore. And building maintenance I don't think is that important. Instead I want to really buff up the specialists. There we go. So we did lose about 400 ducats from that. Happiness has probably become more problematic again, but 700 science and 500 culture. Also we have 3 attribute points we need to spend. We are third in terms of culture. Augustus is actually first, then Confucius, and then just behind is us. And we are now about 200 science behind Confucius total, not 500 as we were at one point. Okay, so we have a cultural point, plus 1 culture per age on the palace and city halls. That's nice. And diplomatic, happiness per age and influence per age. Oh, we already have the influence. I mean, happiness per age is basically 3 free happiness per city. 1 resource per settlement. That one can add up. That one does too. Well, no, it doesn't. We're suzerain of like 3 city-states, that's plus 6 culture and plus 6 science. Which when you produce 700 and 500 is nothing. That one's quite nice. Maybe I just keep going down the influence line. This. So we can bring back the living standards. 400 happiness now. We have a free horse that we can give to somebody. Oh, that's completely sorted my happiness issues. We are possibly the happiest civilization in the game now. Are we? 400. Yeah, we are. No, we aren't. Damn, we're actually like 4th. Catherine with 500 and 37. Augustus with 481. Xerxes with 446. And then us with 408. On our island, we are by far and away the happiest. Elective democracy. The people see one another as equals and believe every voice has its value. All are represented, all may speak, and all collectively decide. It's the way forward for all of humanity, they say. So we need to build 5 radio stations within 20 turns. Okay then. 1 radio station. Fastest producers. Hitici's a fast producer. Hitici's building a wonder though. But Hitici finishes that wonder next turn. Two. Three. 5. So we should have all of those within, I think it was 11 turns. Duty to one another is duty to the self. Diplomacy grows more powerful with practice. Speaking of diplomacy, let's go. How would you like to be befriended? Because I gain free technology for every city-state, so this is definitely something I should be investing in. New 6. So do I want to get liberalism? Towns gain culture equal to cultural attributes. Towns gain happiness. That one I don't really care about. That one I don't really care about, so no. Prussia. I want the Ruhr. Plus 2 science and resources. We have a lot of resources. Oh wait, that's the master. I think I probably want to get towards hegemony then, to get the antiquity artifacts, as I'm so far behind in this age. Mobilian. Let's get you building a radio station as well. We'll just basically get everyone to. What's your next one? So. Cahokia has... Right, we gained a bunch of free infantry. There they are. With their 60 attack. Meanwhile, we're still... Oh, no, we do have some railroads in the outskirts. And there's still a lot of districts that don't seem to be railroaded. That's a weird mix. Like here, why is there no railroads there? It's connecting to somebody else, but there. Why is there not railroads there? It's just missing things.
Just as the rain breaks through an ill-thatched house, so passion penetrates an undeveloped mind.
Very nice. With a nice little volcano going off in the background and a factory next door. Celebration! I think I want culture because we are trying to rush that culture. And we get another social policy. Let's go with the building adjacency with gold. And there we go, 400 gold extra a turn. Sure, why not? Production and happiness. A Mobilian, I think, probably wants the production. Oh, Mobilian has a factory now. Hold on. Units heal. Quinine. Okay, interesting. This is the only other place with the factory. Buildings and wonders seems to be the most useful. And everyone is so happy, I just don't really need the horses anymore. How things have changed. We've got some wine as well. There's a horse down here. The wine instead. Berlin still has horses. It's the only one that still needs to be done. I'm sorry, horse lovers everywhere. We just don't think you're very useful right now. Kusa can grow and will continue to do so. 5 science and 7 culture. Man, my specialists are getting good. Meanwhile, Creek can build the radio station. And for you, it really doesn't matter where I put this. So I'm going to put it right there. Unless that was changing. Yes. No, just gave us an extra slot. Have an horse. There we go. Oh, it just takes 1 turn? No, it's a continuing thing. Xerxes is now straight up hostile. And Harriet's become unfriendly. That's because they are foreign ideologies. And with the increasing hostility Noted. I'm going to start upgrading. My dudes. So they can immediately move. Should something bad happen. That of course doesn't have a unit. Thank goodness we're rich. And that we can afford to do all of this. And one of these guys might as well go to Edelkars because I had you spare. Needs to be upgraded to Kume, doesn't it either? These are upgrading to dreadnoughts. Nice. So it's going from a 50-45-2 to a 55-52. And yet the fleet commander is still a wooden ship. Sure. Oh, no, it's not. It is actually a steamship. Okay, good. What did you leave out? I used to be able to stack the two together. Yingtian and Nanchang also don't have any troops. Well, that is something we will need to purchase. I can't buy units. Next turn, when I'm rich again, whichever. Oh yes.
The young men shall fight. The women shall make tents. The old shall arouse the courage of the warriors.
Imaginary exponent. Cheers. Amy Hobb. Cheers. And Kalinus. Cheers. Sergey, coming in with a 30-month resub. Thank you very much for the ongoing support there, Sergey. Much appreciated. Oh, I just got battleships. I can probably upgrade the dreadnoughts. Yep. What is their combat strength? 60-55. I can, in fact, purchase units. Let's get 80 guns in these locations. Narrative. You have sent me a bunch of culture. Thank you very much. And we got our mobilization done. So next up, aerodynamics. Fighters, heavy bombers, and Stukas. Level 3. Right, we should probably also be trying to finish the special projects too. Go towards the science victory. See what ideology you are. Right, Confucius is communist, but does it actually say that anywhere? Yes, ideology it does. Fascist, you don't have one. You don't have one. Excuse me. You don't have one either. So I am so far the only Democrat. The shadow of the volcano, explorers find the bones of a Ming neighborhood laid to waste by the Great Mountain during the Exploration Age, but it could not destroy everything. A well-preserved chalice lies amongst the archaeologists' finds. So we have our first item. And that's everything that you could dig up. This really needs a zoom to location, like zoom to nearest dig site. But it really looks like I'm not going to be able to do anything until the Exploration Age on any of that stuff. So Missouria, we're just going to chill at Missouria. Damaged.
The members of the nation will never know most of their fellow members. Yet in the mind of each lives the image of their communion.
Gain happiness equal on your palette equal to cultural attribute. That sounds a bit terrible. And then another settlement limit. Specialists. Best location certainly seems to be. Hegemony. This will allow me to get the other artifacts. Hitichi, meanwhile, has finished building its radio station. No, it hasn't. It's about to start building its radio station. More resources available. Has somebody finished a factory? Hitichi has finished a factory. Do we have any more chocolate to give you? No. We've got some horses. No, why don't we just sit on the next set of things to dig? Can't move my camera. There it is. Around here. Alright, you need to fortify. Not fortify, sleep. Meanwhile, over here, we need an AT gun. Please and thank you. $15 turns remaining on the radio stations. Tokyo trade is off. Tea! Excellent. Well, we don't really have a factory available for it. We only have one of those resources right now. What's Guiyang working on at the moment? I really want to try to get my naval city up and running, building your radio station. Fair enough. And then after that, cannery. No. What are we doing in the factory? No surer sign of human civilization than land soaked with blood. And this mask confirms explorers' suspicions. Whatever the conflicts, the old soldiers, the exploration age, we're here, whether victors or not. So now I need to start building museums so I can actually start displaying this stuff somewhere. Cahokia, purchase the repair of mine. City growth. Two gold spot over here. Which seems better than that one actually. Nanchang can fortify, so all of my cities should now have defences, or at least defences on the way with these guys. Good. You are in the wrong spot because the location of these is never centered on the tile they're actually for. No, relations with Confucius gone down, and Harriet Tubman definitely seems to be preparing for a scuffle. Hostilities may be imminent. Have you built a radio station? Would you like to build a radio station? Yes. Resources. We have a factory in Alabama. So, Alabama. What are you going to do for me? Alabama seems to be a growth city. So you can just have massive growth right now, because you do also have a ton of food. There we go. I'm not a huge fan of the factory system. It forces you to specialize in just a single resource, which I don't like. Part of the interesting thing was mixing the matching resources to what the city actually needed, and it basically renders most of the other products pointless, because you're always going to want to just maximize the number of factory resources you're using. Milestone complete. Railroad Tycoon. Don't even remember what I was trying to do. Railroad points. Whatever a railroad point is. Gain 500 railroad points from manufacturing goods in your factories. These points are earned for each turn of factory resource that is slotted in the factory into a settlement with the factory and connected to the rail or port network. Okay, so we should be producing an absolute buttload of those. Don't think it actually shows you how many you're producing per turn anywhere though. Because UI, it's important, it turns out. Ooh, free money, don't mind if I do. But you are being slotted in here. No, should have been in the one above. Because that had a production bonus too. 4 of the 5 radio stations built now. So that's good. Mobilan, have you built a radio station? You have. Happiness is fine. That cannery doesn't seem to be particularly potent, however, that military academy rather. 15 production if you replace a university and laboratory, which is never going to happen. So it's going to be a 7 instead. Replace it all. Huma. Your happiness is just fine. The ironworks looks like it's going to be the best one for you. What's the time do? Happiness of quarters. I really don't care about happiness. This we can basically build anywhere. It really doesn't matter. Factory. You have another cotton to slot in. But no new factories built. Just chill there. And unfortunately, because there isn't a unit overview, all of these explorers I have sitting on artifacts. I'm going to completely forget where on earth they are in 3 turns. Between a 1 and a 10, what is my verdict on Civ VII? 5. Maybe even 4. It is aggressively okay. It doesn't do anything exceptionally, and it does a few things badly. You know what? 4. Because of that. A government of laws and not men. All voices are heard, cultural attributes, science, or 1 point towards the ideology legacy path. No idea what that means, so let's take it. Let's go put you here. Like, I do remember really not liking Civ V when
All
it first
birds
released,
need
so
to
I'm hoping
fly
this
are
is
the
something
right
similar.
shaped wings, the right pressure, and the right angle.
But we shall see. New technology. I can get rocketry. Sure, why not? It is 1836 and I'm getting rocketry already. Get in. And Confucius still produces more science than I do. Confucius produces 11 times more science than Texame and Harriet Tubman. 11 times. Almost. Where is Prussia? Military Academy, so there's going to be a spot which is plus 15, but it likes replacing my science buildings. No, I don't like it doing that. What's that? Factory? Yes, we did. So Kusa has a factory now. What do we have left? We have chocolate, which is just stacking up the happiness. Kusa used to be where I produce units. I think I'm going to make you a chocolate place because we just have the most chocolate. And then chocolate is a happiness booster, so I guess we'll go with horses. And you're still only producing 21 happiness. And yet we have 501. Like, there seems to be a difference between happiness produced in the city and then happiness produced for the Empire. I'm beginning to think that happiness here is actually Empire, not city. Actually, what was that? Kusa. Let's not use the horse, let's use the fur instead, because you get a bigger bonus. Well, you don't get a bigger bonus. This is something I can use in the city and not just a town, is what I'm hoping. Alright, Ekatars, you have arrived with defences, that is good. Augustus is starting on the space race, I should probably start doing that. Hiroshima was cancelled. Was Hiroshima killed? Development. I have no idea. But I do have enough happiness or thingy to try and befriend you. So let's start working on that. Meanwhile, the stack of explorers outside of Munich just grows ever larger. And next turn we get hegemony and we can start getting the next tier of artifacts. Those projects. Really, what are these projects? Because I should be starting to do things like the transoceanic flight. I assumed they were a production thing. Unless somebody else has done it, but I thought those were national. Nothing on that. There's nothing in here. Wait, I can still do these. Why can I still do fascism and communist stuff? Unless it lets me switch. That seems a bit weird though.
We feel free because we lack the very language to articulate our unfreedom.
Explorers can research artifacts in antiquity, culture and gold for every city-state time, suzerain art, and we have another settlement limit. So I can actually get another 3 settlements. So if I wanted to do a war of conquest, I could. The mastery, gain culture equal to diplomatic attributes, the Shengde Mountain Resort, gold, +5 culture for every civilization with which I have trade routes. I have a lot of civilizations I have trade routes with. Oh, with every civilization, not for every trade route. I mean, my religion was called capitalism, so I feel like I should probably get capitalism. Which requires globalism. That's another city slot. Creek does not have a factory. That is unacceptable. Where the hell can you get 21 production? Overlap in the dungeon. You know what? Acceptable. Where was that a +12? Find me one of these with a crazy high number. Ah, might have been specialists. Probably was. Valladolid does not have a rail station. It seems unacceptable. No one else seems to have these crazy high numbers. Well, maybe you do. That's just from my tiles. 10 is your standard. +20 happiness. Here we go. Where the hell do you get +20 happiness? Didn't even get to place it. I guess Cahokia is full? I don't know. I've given up trying to guess. Xerxes has completed a milestone. Good for Xerxes. Maybe it's a purchase thing? Nope. No idea where you even do this stuff. They're called projects, so I assume they'd be under projects, but they don't seem to be. Is this something that's just missing from the game? If anyone happens to know how on earth I undertake these victory condition projects, please do let me know. I'm a bit confused about this, because we're quite good at science. This is probably something we can do, because we have a lot of science and we'll have a lot of production. Hittichi, meanwhile, works. I can build this literally anywhere. So let's literally put it there. And then Cahokia, you can also get the city park, which can go anywhere. Port does allow more imports, so let's go ahead and put a port there. Especially on the capital, we like imports. Meanwhile, city growth. I think I'm getting +6 happens. Oh, you get production there. +3 gold. That's even better. No, I'm going with the +2 production location. Hang on, we got nationalism. Right, of course we did. Get digging! Now, here's the question. Can I find all of my explorers? You're on the wrong tile. No, you're not. Oh, apparently I can't get any more from this continent? The hell does that even mean? And why has this suddenly appeared? This seems super arbitrary. Like there's an artifact here. No, you got too many artifacts already of that type. It's an artifact. I'm sure there's a museum somewhere that would want to display it. Did we have any up here? No, we didn't. I've moved 3 explorers so far. I am sure I have at least 2 more somewhere. But who knows where? Science projects need the tech research for either the aerodrome or the launch pad. Oh, we need an aerodrome. More? Sure. Okay. You have a city I want. Hey, city-state bonus. I'll take the +1 gold for every city-state times Suzerainov from gold buildings.
So readily do people adapt themselves to the marvellous contrivances which modern inventive ingenuity has devised.
And I get a free technology as well. Lovely jubbly. And... Let's keep doubling down on the culture. And we have another social policy. Let's go for the combat strength, because I have a feeling that some of you guys are angling for a war. Right, aerodrome. Let's start building these. These apparently take up an entire tile. You are also somebody who's not able to dig. Okay, is this like a continent? This is all lasagna. That's a different one. Abomi we are improving relations with. Are there any others that have snuck by me? Doesn't look like it. There probably are another one or two in here, but I have not found them yet. Meanwhile, I have 12 grand sitting in the bank. I think it can just sit there until someone goes to war with me, and then suddenly an army will just materialize. I'm not sure they have enough explorers here.
The well-being of faraway strangers should be no less of a concern than our immediate neighbours.
Okay, growth. Espionage action detected. Harriet Tubman performing espionage, steal government secrets against me. They stole nationals. Meanwhile, new civics. Capitalism! Look. New production, Mobilian. Let's just start spamming out aerodromes. Do we have another factory done? Yes. Goyang, finally! Time to start getting some naval production. And how are we doing in the spamming for this? We are doing well, apparently. We've done nothing on any of the others. And we have still just one great work, so I do need to build museums. Catherine's gone from friendly to neutral. Okay, I'm assuming that's everything that I can get from the European continent. There are now 3 people who are openly hostile towards me. Pachacuti dispersed an independent power that was being befriended. So did you get rid of? You got rid of these guys. Okay. Where I have a lot of influence, thank you. Okay, another milestone. Cool. We seem to be gaining about this every turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 turns maybe until we win through economics. factory somewhere? No, just got another factory slot. Hitichi, this is buildings and wonders. So what you really want is production, not happiness. You can keep the facts. Elephants instead. For even more production. You apparently can't dig there because it's just plagiarizing stuff we've already got. Same thing with Azania. Augustus is getting angry. I'm just waiting for someone to declare war on me. I don't want to do it to them because then I have the war support penalties. Particularly Harriet. Another caravan arrives laden with goods from across the sea of sand and salt. Camels have been replaced with trucks and sails with steam clouds, and Amina watches the luxury flow in. Build 2 factories. I'm not sure I can. Yes, I can. If I turn 2 towns into cities, then I can. Okay. Valencia would make a decent city. So it took me. Build a factory. You can already build a factory here even though you're not a city. Factory. I think the factories can only be back in the homeland. Right, Takume, you can be the healing city. With some more production too. I think Düsseldorf is the other one that makes sense. Which is... Build 2 factories, mission accomplished. And then Düsseldorf and its factory can be doing, I don't know, tea. And the capital, where are you? Cahokia, can be doing more of this stuff. And a horse for even more happiness. 97 happiness in Cahokia now. Cool. Cities can grow. Mobilian. New wealth pours out of the factories, products of industry that now power the world and enrich the lives of the people. Always, Amina sits atop the profits. It's just good business. 25% more gold from trade and treasure fleets. That's not useful at this point. 1 gold on resources in towns, 2 on towns and distance. +1 resource capacity in cities, I think sounds nice. Because that doubles down on what Amina is good at. Where we just say, you get a horse, you get a horse, you get a horse. You also get a horse. Where are the fish? Somebody's producing fish. Where are the fish? Yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy. There's the fish. You get a horse. And there we go. No resources available. We have 12 coal and 10 oil. But that's mostly through trade, so if we start going to war with people, then that is going to start to fall apart a bit. Alabama does not have a schoolhouse. That seems unacceptable to me. Hitichi. I think it's probably time. Oh, no, territory. Valencia. The settlement gains population every time you have a celebration. We have had a lot of celebrations, but I think what we need most is a port. Meanwhile, in Tsukume, more aerodromes and your city has grown. You don't yet have any specialists. I'm wondering if you even want specialists. I think you want it to grow. It's too valuable for you. Alright, onwards. We get rocketry next turn. We have a narrative. Another artifact. Nice. There is sometimes no surer sign of human civilization than a land soaked with blood, and this set of tools confirms the explorer's suspicions. Whatever the conflict, the old soldiers of the Antiquity Age were here, victors or not. Really need to start getting some museums going. There is sometimes no sure sign of human civilization. The land soaked with blood. Ready. That one we can't use, I think. I'm fairly sure that that one's a no-no. That one we can get. Or you get there first, that works for me too. Tubman's building the Statue of Liberty.
A scream
Rocketry.
comes across the sky.
Launch pad plus 8 science unlocks the launch satellite project. Modern times building must be placed on flat. Occupies a full tile. Sabotage the space program. Launch satellites. Start space flight. City growth. Is there any growth here for production? Yes, over there. Or I could literally just legitimately grow the city for actually a ton of different resources and things. Let's just go and get the extra resources now. New technology. I can actually get future tech. Wildcard attribute and 10 age progress. air combat strength to double down with my... In fact, you know what? I should get the extra democracy so I can get the air defense in own territory. Launch pads. Let's start building some of these. We have another factory, but we have no resources for it. Fuchsia's getting unhappy. Yeah, none of them dare come up against me. Mine, pasture, military academy. Is that it? That's it. Grow City. I mean, you can get an absolutely enormous amount of resources just from taking over the last of these locations, so I think I'm going to do that. It's time to start building the green belt. Never fear. Because...
It is
capitalism
not
is
from the
here.
benevolence of the butcher, the brewer, or the baker that we expect our dinner, but from their regard to their own interest.
So we can now get laissez-faire, which is +2 gold and +1 happiness for every imported resource, of which there are many. Now I think I want to go back to democracy because I want to get the progressivism, the finest hour. And Confucius up to 1,500 science. How does he keep doing this? He still has 3 cities less than me. At least I am now absolutely second place in terms of culture. Surprising number of resources are not actually gathering yet. Let me guess. Oh, you're already excavating. Get that, I think. We're 3 or 4 turns away from a victory. But we can at least start on the aerodromes and
All
space.
birds need to
Space
fly
stuff.
are the right shaped wings, the right pressure, and the right angle.
Okay, so my aircraft are now going to be absolutely freaking terrifying. 7 food. New technology. Flight 2. +1 intercept range for fighters. That sounds like it might be useful. Here we go, transoceanic flight. 12 turns. There is sometimes... Okay, found a shield. I've read that one before. So Europe now has 0 artifacts. Research ruins at universities or museums. Not quite sure what that means. Ruins from all ages have already been researched on this continent. Does that mean I just physically can't get any more of these? For either? Who knows? What's that? Prussia. Must be their unique.
The sound of wings.
Amina Earhart. Production on military buildings plus 1. Fighter, range. Armor 2 might be useful. Combat strength on ranged and siege units, yeah, probably. Plantation can be repaired. Let's have you break the sound barrier. Meanwhile, we have chocolate, so let's get rid of the horses here. There's coffee. Blech. You can indeed not do anything with that, so let's move you over here to Nuntus. We'll grab some of those, whatever they are. Victory unlocked. Railroad Tycoon. Cost of the Great Bank as established World Bank office actions reduced by 5% per economic legacy point. Great Banker spawns in the capital, gain 1 economic legacy point, spent for the next stage. There is no next stage. The Great Banker. Activate Great Person on another player's capital to establish a World Bank office. Cost gold and influence. Cost scales with relationship. Remaining capitals with this Great Person must be activated are... Okay, so he has to travel to each of the other capitals. So let's start with Confucius and Chang'an. Just build the city park, which I'm gonna guess is an upgrade of the city hall. It must be. And now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
hold
people
these
that are
truths.
hostile. Yeah, anyone who likes me is texting me. I'm going to guess that's because he doesn't know what ideologies are yet. Yeah. Communist, fascist, nothing, nothing, communist. 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 Wow, everyone's going communism. Not much space for democracies, apparently. Build on top of the volcano. That'll be fun. You have the potential to produce an absolutely phenomenal amount of food at sea. So let's get that going. Meanwhile, culture. Let's get that progressivism in. And another celebration. This time I'm going to go for culture again. Laissez-faire. +2 gold and +1 happiness for every imported resource. That's a lot of influence. What's this? Human can do the satellite. Sure, why not? You don't have a laboratory. That's unacceptable. Get a lab over there. Get digging! You can't dig. Okay, so people are completing milestones on the space race, but I've got every single project under construction right now.
Bombardment, barrage, curtain fire, mines, gas, tanks.
It's exactly the same as the armor text. Urbanization, we get the modern bridge, and then production of clay pits and quarries, of which we have basically none. How about strike for Navy? Yeah, let's do that. Actually, culture and happiness, we don't have that many culture buildings. Happiness buildings we do. So it's kind of wondrous that we got this high culture without any culture buildings. But I guess we're just that good. Damaged. Any resources to grab? Yes. Well, there was something damaged. And then Cahokia needs to build something. Maybe the tenement? Meanwhile, resources are available. We have no actual resources to slot in. Great person has arrived. I wonder if the Great Banker can be attacked, or if he literally just roams around. Seems like a bit of a weird mechanic. Okay, that button doesn't actually do anything. So next up we've got Washington DC. Oh, that just highlights it. Espionage action. Confucius. Hopefully I can counter-spy on multiple people. I can't. Really? That's stupid. Alright, well I guess you just get away with it then, because I can't counter that. Have you now completed all of the artifacts here? I think you have. I don't fully understand what exactly this is saying, but the answer is yes. This. You, the guy in Paris. We've already got all of those, apparently. Don't have all of those. The entire world hates me. Except for Taxonary's middle place. He's also by far and away
the young
last
men
place.
shall fight. The women shall make
That one before. An advisor spreads a worn map across the table, and Amina tries her best to feign surprise. Her armies have seized the very earth in her name. There was no plot of land that was not under her command. So we can double down on land, we can get more naval. I'm going to get the submarines, because boats are awesome. What do we get? Let's go cotton. We don't have mass production 2 yet. Let's get mass production 2. Even more food production sounds good to me. Meanwhile, Valencia has built pretty much everything. I would quite like to have an aircraft carrier though, that sounds fun. You have cotton. Cotton is a farm resource, factory resource.
Just as modern mass production requires the standardization of commodities, so the social process requires standardization of man.
And we can get some more chocolate. We can get... what do we have? More food. Tukume is going to have an absolutely astonishing growth rate. Next up, we can get Urbanization Mastery. Radio Mastery is probably the better choice. Meanwhile, Hitichi, museums. I think it's time. We don't have a laboratory yet. We probably should. Meanwhile, we have some more chocolate, which goes to the chocolate factory of Kusa. Of course, we're blocked in by Confucius. They're submarines, they can just sneak out, surely. We've already done all of those, but I don't think we've completed these. We'll soon find out if we have. How good is the game?
The idea of freedom is inspiring. But what does it mean? If you are free in a political sense but have no food, what's that? The freedom to starve?
Alright, so we have this as their finest hour now, which I definitely do want to slot in. Let's bring it in instead of laissez-faire, because I just don't really need it that much. Confirm. Alright, more growth. 7 food, sounds good to me. New Civic. So we finished all of the democratic ones. We haven't even started on the German ones. Sorry, the Prussian ones. Units heal 10 hit points, +1 movement for armies and fleets, +3 combat strength for fortified units and districts. That actually sounds really useful. Let's grab that. Goyang. Well, we certainly want a port. Let's go in for the growth first. Then Dusseldorf. Build that on top of a river, which probably wasn't ideal, but at this point, I'm not really caring. I'm basically just playing this until we get the victory. 2 of them done. These 2. It'll take considerably longer to get those 3.
We annihilated the world before your very ears. You will be relieved, I hope, to learn that we didn't meet.
Urbanization 2. That's the last technology of this age. Alright, next is St. Petersburg, and then Ciudad de Mexico, and then across here to Madrid and all the others. Sounds good. Apparently we've already got that, so we will go for this. We really need to get those museums built. I have 25,000 ducats in the bank. I should probably just buy them. Space Race. Project Progress 1. Cool. So we got the transoceanic flight. Next up is Break the Sound Barrier, which we're already working on. Like, all of these are just going to get done, like, bam, 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 bam. +1 militarism. Don't mind if I do. Is this my first point? No, second. Ignore happiness penalty from unrest in captured settlements. That sounds like it might be useful. A famous playwright is said to have a portrait of his rival hanging above the fireplace, the better to inspire his great works. In the fireplace itself, a stack of the rival's unopened letters merrily burn. So, culture on tenements or happiness on tenements? Tenements are the food building. I don't need happiness anymore. We have +700, which dwarfs everyone else. We are now... We're still second in culture. Second in culture, second in science. First in happiness, first in influence, first in gold, and first in empire size, although Catherine is just 1 city behind. I've kind of stopped building more cities, I don't really need them. Mobilian. Let's just start purchasing museums. And then building... You really don't need happiness. Maybe the cannery. The body found in the bog is put in display under the glass, but disparate groups fight to claim it. The Historical Society sees the body as a collective ancestor to be honoured, while forensic scientists consider it a priceless dislocation opportunity. So we can get another artifact or science in museums. I'm going to get the artifact. A pair of golden horns are stolen from under the cover of night. When the thief is eventually arrested, the people learn the priceless relics to be melted down by an overzealous goldsmith and grieve their loss. Reproductions. And then growth for the growth god. Valencia. Go ahead and fortify yourself, sure. Okay. Purchase me a museum. And then build me a cannery. Meanwhile, Creek. Purchase me a museum. And build me the ironworks. Hey, aircraft carrier. Excellent. Right, so we are going to need... probably 2 battleships. aerodrome over here. Oh, I did. Valencia is gonna want one though. No, can't. Both of these and this, none of them have been built up. Oh, but you can't get urban districts over there because you're completely blocked off by all the raw materials. They really need to make raw materials, like, not a blocker. Yingtian has a grocery instead. You can't get an aerodrome there either. Squadron commander. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I could only afford one of those at a time. Dig. It's not rocket science yet. Complete all milestones in the scientific legacy path of modern. We got them all at the same time.
The face of a city changes faster than a human heart.
And that is the end of the tech tree. We are now on future tech only. And each future tech I get hastens the age progress by 10%. So we've completed economic, we've completed science. Culture we could probably suddenly blitz. There's one. Oh, maybe not. 2 more, then we hit the middle one. So what is the victory condition for science? Staffed spaceflight. Alright, which city has the highest production? 115. So 16 turns until we have that done. Meanwhile, Kusa, can you work towards the same project? No. So they don't have even the multiple cities working on the same project like they do in Civ VI. Just so many steps back in this game. Like things I would basically consider to be core mechanics. So that's mechanics. Food. Itichi. Can the aircraft carrier not control ships as well? I thought it controlled both. Apparently not. Just aircraft. Why did I have that one aeroplane? Oh, aerodrome commanders are always that size. So different aerodromes actually... Aerodromes gain experience, okay? That's an interesting one. Buildings gaining experience. It's an odd-numbered Civ game, aren't those the ones to normally skip? No, I disagree with that. Guess the war did not happen, the game is now just click through end turning. Yeah, basically, it has been for the last 102 turns. Ever since we hit the modern age, honestly. Oh, we got the natural... Oh, because we got the satellite. Ah, I can see the rest of the world. Oh, are there any other city-states? Get. I'm going to assume no. Doesn't look like it. But I can finally see the rest of the world. So Confucius has a couple of islands. Russia has a whole bunch of them. So actually, Exploration Age Russia is kind of terrifying. The Buried Past. An artist record commemorates the unearthing of the first of 2 golden horns, painting a young woman pulling the root-shrouded treasure from the earth. Nature reveals the secrets of the past only to the pure of heart, the artist says in his statement. Though the horns are lost forever, more treasures may await the virtuous. Culture towards civic masteries or production towards wonders? We'll take the civic masteries. Because those we are still doing. I may want to change Tokume into the food producing city. Into the words are hard. Growth producing city with the factory. Ah, you've arrived. How many do you still have to do? Let's see from here. But we've now done these 3, so 4 to go. Another set of tools. Already located. So I'm fairly sure you've done all of those already. So we're purely on the Zealandia stuff now. Alabama needs to repair that. Then get like none of the science stuff here. I don't need science stuff. I've completed the tech tree already. Let's get the tenement. Okay, so I still need to do Ciudad de Mexico, Krung Thep and Tokyo. I never actually saw how much it costs, because it was kind of irrelevant to me. Why not slot all the codices? Ah. These are the ones that are unslotted. Not even letting me dig those up. As I thought, if units are still moving when you end turn, they just stop wherever they are, they don't actually finish the movement. That's a lot of units.
If I cannot inspire love, I will cause fear.
So we have militarism, which is the healing ability and the combat strength and fortifications. Next up, let's start getting some of the pressure ones. Let's go for the war. Another celebration for some more culture. Ah, now I can get the militarism. I really like the idea of materiel because it means we heal faster if we do go to war. And I find that healing is the real blocker usually. Okay, Guoyang. I actually do want you to have some complications then, actually. As you're such an important naval base. Apparently you can't dig that up. I think there's somebody moving to this one already. Yeah, that goes. Military, you're in a spot that can't be excavated. You can move here. Meanwhile, the Great Banker has arrived here, so there's 2 left after this. Done you. For some reason I don't have to do one of you. I don't really know why. Unless it just wasn't appearing in the list, which is possible. Because we know that the UI of this game is perfect. Planes.
Technology puts to nature the unreasonable demand that it supply power which can be extracted.
And let's continue with these civics. I can continue trading with people I'm at war with. That one probably will be useful, actually. Well, maybe not. Who knows? Mobilan can build something. Oh, you do have to place the city park. The other 2 times I built the city park, you didn't have to. It just appeared by magic. Oh, yeah. It was indeed just cutting one of the cities off the list. Wait, are you saying you haven't been to Cahokia yet? Otherwise, why would that be highlighting? I'm going to be so angry if you do in fact need to go back to my city. More production, cannery here would be good. Plus 10 up there. I'd rather go for plus 7 so I'm not overwriting the farm. Military academy.
A nation should not view industry's progress from a purely economic standpoint.
Apologise for the random question, but what are you trying to do now? Science has completed the continent, pretty much a megacity. What does the game want? It wants me to arbitrarily move this guy from capital to capital, establishing bank quarters in each city. There is apparently the ability to launch a space flight, but I haven't seen how. Oh no, we are building it. It's in Huma. So in 9 turns, we win the science victory. Because I'm pretty much guaranteed not to be able to make it to every single city with the economic guide before then. A collective of prominent Prussians form a new Academy of the Arts and begin hosting meetings in the ballroom of an old palace. Before long, they seek a formal nominee for their program director who can represent what they consider to be the core artistic disciplines. I'll take the culture, please. And food. New civic. EMS dispatch. Somebody's already built the Brandenburg Gate though. Plus 10 production in all cities while at war. 25% relationship change from diplomacy. And you apparently can't dig that up. I think we can only dig these up now. Are there any others over here? You two are going to arrive now. That's lovely. Get digging. It's not physically possible to get to this. There aren't that many relics. Need to display 15 artifacts. I think there's only 3 that I can still get. Unless there's something still being dug up. Or unless I have to do the antiquity ones before. Which I doubt. Huge attack. 84% of the way to the end. I don't actually know what happens at the end of this, because there is no age after this. I'm going to guess it's some kind of arbitrary score decision. Who knows what the scores are? You're saying I have a point in what? Oh, I have a wild card. Combat strength for all units against districts. It's not a wild card. So I could get that, but not that, apparently. Alright. 18 turns on the next one. Okay, so thankfully the future techs do seem to get increasingly expensive. Valencia. I guess I'll just have you building another battleship, because there's not much else you can do. British is now sitting on 2,000 souls. Which is double what I have, by the way. Alabama. Islands. 14. Food. That's fine.
Prussia was hatched from a cannonball.
So the next thing that we can get with Prussia is the Bewegungskrieg, which gives all cavalry units the combat, gains the skirmish ability, which increases their flanking capability. You think the cavalry have that anyway. This requires overwriting, but it overwrites the temple. You have 52 happiness, you're fine. Cannery. And onwards. 54 population, about to be 55 in Cahokia. Narrative. There goes. You guys are chilling here where there is nothing to do, so just chill there, I guess. That has been assigned. Where are we at in terms of culture? So yeah, we would need to get another 4 from somewhere. It says 0 available. Maybe because I got here too late? But I don't think so, because this adds up to 24. It does not add up to however many I'm at, 11. So how do I get the last 4 artifacts? I guess I'm just waiting for the science victory then. Or the banker, whoever gets there first. So the last things I can get here are the mountains, which don't really pay off. So I think I'd rather get the specialists. There are any specialists who give production. Special attraction detected. Don't know who that was from, so never mind. I have 3,000 influence, but nothing to spend it on because everyone hates me. 5 turns until we have spaceship. And it's still 1872. Lizard! I haven't seen that before. Meanwhile, we've arrived in Madrid. 2 cities remaining. We will have to cross this entire continent, probably. The recent barrage of storms triggers a wild-scale movement to better understand such awesome phenomena. New groups form to help cope with future disasters. A cluster of researchers argue that weather must be studied scientifically to protect people and infrastructure, yet a small community of naturalists prefers to focus on the humanitarian efforts in the wake of devastation, arguing that weather is inevitable and should be spiritually revered. So we still produce way more science than we do culture, so we get the culture, plus we haven't finished the culture tree yet, so kind of another good reason to do it. So we still need to do Krungtep and Tokyo. It doesn't seem to be adding any extras. So there's Krungtep. Where's Tokyo? Wait, there. Krunky. Let's hope so. Out of buildings to build. At least in a few places, not everywhere. Military academy. More production. You get the modern bridge. You have arrived, so I think after this it's just Tokyo, but my rocket's done in 2 turns.
War is merely the continuation of policy by other means.
Policy or diplomacy? It was diplomacy. Iron Cross, +3 command strength, combat strength for units within command radius of commander with a commendation. Oh, with a commendation. Cavalry units gain skirmish. Yeah, that's all of them. War and its constant march of innovation. See a vivid reply in the Prussian literary world. Popular novels sprawl in tribute to the glory of war, while others conserve poetry as a corner for quiet reflection of the many fallen. So again, a scientific attribute point or a militaristic one. Let's go for the science. Though I don't need more science. Should probably have gone for the military. Don't have that coal yet. Oops. Alright, so we can get the mastery, plus 25% trade yield in cities connected to the Eisenbahn, which will be a fair amount of money, I suspect. We can also build a modern bridge here, but that's going to overwrite something which I don't really want to do. Let's get the X, which also overwrites pretty much. Scientific. +1 science and settlement for each resource assigned to them. We can, however, get a cheaper gold and happiness maintenance costs. Let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, more science on. Specialists. Heavy bomber is available. We have the fighters already doing coverage. Okay, so you just need to hit Tokyo now. which is 4 turns. But we finish the space flight next turn. Modern age comes to an end in 1877.
A pale blue dot floats lonely in a void. The shackles of gravity are broken. What new possibilities does such a vantage point open?
Victory. We still have legacy points, apparently. Age ranking. I was first in geography, so I don't think it was physically possible to actually finish that. So that victory condition is just broken. Space age. Oh, Confucius and Augustus were just 1 behind me. No, because you need 4, not 3. That's also wrong. Ideology. I was the only one with any military point? Oh no, ideology points. Don't know why. Then Railroad Tycoon. Doesn't look like they were even using factories. I more than doubled that one. And in, what was it, 4 turns, my banker would have arrived in the last city and I would have won the economic victory. Texamesh had 2 Dark Ages. He achieved nothing. Absolutely nothing. Didn't quite hit level 5. Exploration Economic Legacy card. Does Amina access a new Exploration Legacy card? Plus 15% gold, minus 10% food. Exploration Militaristic Legacy card. Does Amina access a new Exploration Legacy card? Plus 3 combat strength against, towards Navy, minus 10 influence. Okay. But that is Civilization VII from beginning to end. And on that note, I think I'll probably end the stream here. I don't particularly want to play another one. I'll be quite honest. So my feelings about Civ 7 at the moment is the antiquity is okay. Exploration age at the beginning is excellent. They need to give you more space to colonize in, and they massively need to increase the city limit. I think that was actually the biggest issue. Is in the age where I wanted to expand, I wanted to be aggressive, I wanted to take other stuff. Was the age of exploration, but I was hindered completely. Like, remember, I was 5 cities over the limit in the exploration age, and that really just stopped me doing anything interesting. Then we started getting some more settlement slots in the modern age, which was good, but then most of the world is already colonized, and there was no real incentive for me to go offensive against anyone because I wasn't angling or jockeying for position. So modern age, bloody boring, I'll be honest. Nothing really interesting happened. The exploration age was great. I liked it. It can be tweaked, but I can see how it can be improved. The Age of Antiquity was fine. I don't think there was anything particularly good or bad about it. I don't mind the age changes. Hey, Halterfunk, we literally just finished the stream. But we're just talking about how I feel about Civ 7. So, as I mentioned earlier, I think I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. I was kind of unimpressed. Like, for the 7th iteration, they should be better at this than they are. Hey, Soler. Hey, Alto. Thank you for the raid, very much appreciated. But anyway, yes, so what we were talking about is Civ 7. So I thought the modern age was boring and dull. Really nothing at all interesting happens there. The Age of Exploration was good. I actually think it's the game's strong point at the moment. With a few tweaks, I think it could be very good. Age of Antiquity was fine. It does everything I expect of the beginning of the game. I think that one's somewhat harder to get wrong. But they need to find something to drive conflict in the Third Age. Ideology was kind of trying to do it, but none of the AI ever wanted to actually declare war on me, and I had zero reason to go to war with them. I think that the modern wars could have been interesting with the introduction of planes, aircraft carriers, that type of thing, but we never really saw it. What else? The civilizations and the changing over time. I liked it in Humankind, so that was never going to be a controversial point for me. I think Humankind does it better. I think there being 7 or 8 different ages that you are constantly changing works better. But this was the first game I played with Amina. I feel like the leaders get a bit more customizable as you play more and get more of their unique unlocks unlocked. And the variety of different leaders is fine. They do feel and play differently. Like, I've done Confucius, I've done Amina, and I've done Frederick. And each game was pretty different from the others. I think I would like to see a few more civilizations. I'd like to see... The UI is dreadful. Like, as much as I give the game 4 out of 10, I give the UI like 2 out of 10. It is not fit for purpose. And needs a pretty dramatic overhaul. And tooltips, 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 tooltips. How such a simple, very commonly introduced thing in basically any modern strategy game, how they got that so wrong, I don't know. Like, just the expression of putting information across was bad. England not being a Civ is a weird choice, though I guess there's Normans. The Normans are meant to be England, it's Norman England. So they don't call it Normandy, it's the Normans. More map variety would be nice, I agree with that. I did like, again, Exploration Age. The fact that the map basically doubles in size, then you get the areas of land between the 2 major continents, which are the little islands. I want those little islands bigger. I want the starting territory to be maybe half the size it was, with a more limited number of cities you can get in the homeland, and then more emphasis on the colonial aspect. But I like the colonial aspect in these games. That might just be me. But we were playing on the Terra Incognita map, which to me would suggest that we need... It should have highlighted that part more. Also, how on earth it spawned with 5 civilizations on one continent and 3 on the other, I don't know. It should have been 4 and 4. And from the way things were balanced, that was very, very clear. I think that would actually have solved several issues in the Antiquity and Exploration Age. Would have more space, but again, there would then be been too much space on my continent, which I think was a decent size, but it could definitely have done with being a bit smaller. The AI needs to be more aggressive about actually founding cities, because right now they aren't, and they need to be way better at fighting. Like, the AI in a battle is honestly brain dead. The fact that I had an undefended city and they were just walking right past it, trying to get to a different city, is like, it's right there. But that might have been a problem or a fault with the city limits. I think in general, just the city limitation is bad and they should just remove it. I don't think it does anything interesting. And I'm still in 2 minds about the set size of cities, where they can only go the 3 tiles around them. I like Humankind, where they can be really, truly sprawling. But then again, I also understand that there is the emphasis on specialists. You kind of break the specialist system if you do that. But also, I thought specialists were kind of underwhelming. I don't think they're that interesting. I prefer Humankind cities. Having played this more, I prefer Humankind cities. So yeah, I would say that is my impression of Civ 7 right now. Underwhelmed. But again, I was underwhelmed by Civ 5, and Civ 5 became awesome with updates and patches and expansions. So I believe that they can fix it. But I'd give it a year or two. In fact, I would give this until they release their first expansion. That's when I think I would get into the game again. And that seems to be a fairly consistent thing with Civilization. Anyway, I'm going to end this one here. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. We should go and want a little raid. As Out of Uncle so good as to raid us. Even with the expansion, it's too expensive. Oh yeah, $70 for this is not good value. And having actually bought this game for myself, I can actually make the value call. Usually I say no because I get the games for free, but this one I bought. Who should we raid? Lambert's playing Amina. Let's go and raid Lambert. Or a little bit of European
yeah.
Universalis goodness.
Doesn't Agile form go ahead? Yes. I mean,
Then I need to go to this tab, raid, Lambert. So head on over there, say hello from Mordred Viking. Sorry for those of you on the UpTubs who won't be able to take part of the raid. But on Twitch, head on over to Lambert, say hello from Mordred Viking. I'd love to see his chat lit up by the Viking raid, which you can do by copying and pasting Viking raid just like this. Or if you're a subscriber, you can bring in the long ships with that one. Anyway, that's all for me. I'll be back again next week. And until then, thanks everyone for watching. I will see you next time.
but yeah, the Agile player I think is going to be my main issue. Hey, Mordred Viking.